Good morning, Mystics. Here we go again. We're moving into the session 6 of the Magician. Welcome. Yes. It's been quite the journey. Today's lesson is about authentic power and the Magician's Journal. A daily writing brings clarity to one's thoughts. So this has always been an important part of my journey is my journal. And during the daily journal, a lot of clarity comes, and thoughts are able to manifest through writing. So it's a really good practice to have. Sometimes we can feel a little bit blank, maybe, not sure what to write. Sometimes I start with maybe writing my dreams, or just allow myself to write my thoughts as they pour out, and then they begin to find some kind of structure or meaning or messages that come to me. So welcome. We are also talking about authentic power. So in Tibetan tradition, literally the field of power is what brings in the authentic presence is emptying out and letting go. You have to be without clinging. So it's letting go of attachment, emptying out, so that we can begin to feel that power. So as we empty out, we're emptying out those things that we've manifested that keep us from our power. So that can be really individual for each person. And authentic power, it doesn't belong to an external force. So when we're letting go of maybe fear or anything that we might be attached to in the material world, all kinds of things that keep us limited and the inability to tap into our natural ability, our authentic power. So authentic power, it doesn't belong to an external force or an external source. So it comes from within. We can't look for it in the sun, through God. It is part of us. So the mystic learns this path of authentic power and is found in the extraordinary experiences with our own existence, found or experienced through travel, expanded consciousness beyond the ordinary, wrapped in multi-dimensional spaces. So when I talk about travel there, of course, we can find it when we travel to different cultures, but I'm speaking of travel through consciousness, through meditation. So we might even discover it's not an easy way to describe through words or verbiage. So when we begin to tap into these places, our thoughts and energy, sometimes we feel it and know it in a way that we're not even sure we could bring it in through words. So this journaling is going to bring in that practice so that we can begin to manifest the ideas and dreams and thoughts and wisdom and mystical, esoteric knowledge that is flowing through us. But as we experience, a shift propels us to the edge of the universe, and we're looking in, we're pondering it. Something overcomes us as oneness, this desirelessness. Yet we feel full, searching, and expanding. This is all happening through your meditation. So just begin to, when you're in your meditation, just begin to feel the experience, feel the shift. And then as we begin to look a little bit deeper, we don't feel so alone here. We don't feel the personal needs as much as we do when we're fully engaged in the lower dimensions of the body. So as we come to this place of desirelessness, and we expand into the search of who we are and begin to know who we are, this is when the magic happens. There's an acceleration of sorts, and we know without knowing why or how we know, but we know. It's like a deep esoteric wisdom, and it's not separate from us, but it's whole. It is who we are. This authenticness is not to be owned, but explored, absorbed, felt, and accessible to all. This state can be reached through meditation, breath work, extreme trauma, some psychedelic drugs, just to name a few ways to enter this space. It is a very personal experience and not easily shared, though it can be expanded in the collective matrix. So sometimes when we move into this field, we can feel that collective consciousness. So we can feel this collective energy through prayer, meditation. Anytime exploring an expanded consciousness, others can join this field. Archetypes are there. Humanity, understandably, some fields of consciousness or levels of consciousness are more adaptable to the collective field of energy. This collective consciousness is a field where we meet other beings that are not human-like, but very recognizable by the human experience. And the example there is angels for me. Some people, it's other beings, or fairies, or people that have passed to the other side, or their experiences of archetypes. So, or anything that we've ever written or dreamed about in the imagination can be there. So this is a powerful field where huge shifts can swing the outcome of events, physically release, where there's evolutionary momentum. So a collective field holds the power to create universes or destroy universes, all in the flow of the mind, the higher mind, with intention and without will. This is what makes prayer so powerful. This is what makes symbols so powerful. A collective energy flows through all symbols. If we give the example of the cross, the Christian cross, the yin-yang symbol, statues, maybe a Buddha, the collective energy can stir up just by looking at a symbol, especially some of these large symbols that are noticed or understood by a collective energy. They can stir with direction and intention, and it magnifies the intensity of the thought. So when we're in a collective field, everything is magnified. That's why prayer works. When everybody prays at the same time, or everyone meditates at the same time, this is magic. This is intention without will. So prayer works in a similar manner, like angels and guides, animal symbolisms, God, tarot, colors, anything we assign meaning or purpose, we identify as a collective. And this magnifies the energetic field when the human mind is stirred or brought to its attention. There are no experts in this field of knowledge. Once again, it is the eye of the beholder, the experience of the individual. But what we do know is there is something that exists in our experience of meditation, and we journey inward with an infinite space to explore and experience. So your meditation is something that I can't directly experience what you're experiencing, and sometimes it's hard to explain when we meditate and try to explain what we felt to other people. But it's a great practice to journal and to communicate when you're drawn to do that, because it helps manifest what we're creating in the imagination and through meditation. So allow this dream state. Although the dream state is profoundly different, like our night world, it can give us a glimpse of in a world that holds no destiny externally. So even though we can't, our dream world has no direct experience in our external world, it still gives us a direction and guides us in an internal way. It is the dream is in a pattern of our internal existence, visionaries, possibilities, and they all come in on the same track. So profound spiritual experiences create a manifestation on our external life, and these imprints are remembered in a way that we cannot deny. So mysticism, highly intuitive beings, it creates a space where we can belong We can communicate, gather our stories as evidence of our truly powerful means of manifestation, magic. Manifestation is a word for magic. So sharing and nurturing a way of the mystic. So find a way that you can begin to share this. And sometimes we don't feel safe. So always, you must feel safe in your sharing. So journaling is one of those ways that helps us begin to manifest those visions and dreams and things that are happening to us in different dimensional spaces. So this evolutionary process of the human lineage begins with acknowledging all change, all flows is transcended through love. The messages of the heart. Our value is not as an individual becoming and awakening, but the value becomes when we all join in this collective shift and jump into this evolutionary leap in a world far better, aligning purposefully with love, compassion, forgiveness, acceptance. We will find the depths of this conversion beyond any recognition of the old paradigm. So this paradigm shift, it begins to be an external expression. So that bleeds sorrow or pain or suffering due to undesirable notion, greed, or other ways that we fail through fear, hate, and the other, losing ourselves in the other, the external, a world lost without connection to the power of love. This will not happen anymore. We are here. We are the light bearers. We are the movement, the momentum. Our spiritual experiences are this momentum to this highest vibration of the planet. And know that this love fuels and nurtures the weakest in nature and heals all that ails. So in conclusion, we can begin to choose our path. This will bring us into our authentic power. The will is left to us. Each human is born giving the right to choose one's direction, one's life. So we are full of choice here on this planet. So allow yourself to make those choices that lead you into an authentic power. Our perceptions can be only a guide in our world of chaos. So be sure to turn off the external chaos. Look inward, meditate, be present, journal. Know, trust that this is the way of the mystic, to seek and to know oneself. You choose how the story is unfolded. It is up to you to write your own story here and be kind and gentle to yourself. Dust off the mirror to perceive with an open heart. Own your power. Be authentic to your cause. Use your intuitive mind and be willing to dive into a world that needs your expression as you breathe into love. Thank you today. I want you, after the session, a little homework, do some journaling. And if it's not today, make sure you begin some kind of